Hey everyone, this is the next Vanheim part. There are many battles this turn, so I will quickly go through them. Yeah, unfortunately, crossbowmen are rather deadly to Vans. Ranged weapons not really caring for the mystical tricks that the elves employ. But, we still took the province with a pretty small amount of sacred units. This is with my prophet, I believe. Yeah. Against what? Are these bear tribe? Wolf tribe. I'm not sure what went wrong with my scripting there. I guess I must have told them to fire? Anyway, I mean, we won without taking a casualty, so clearly good. Nice. Got a pretty solid route check there. Yeah, I mean, short bows are much less effective than crossbows at killing, at dealing big impact damage. Oh, nice. Snipe their commander. It's pretty lucky. And we're able to win that battle too. Although that was actually the most that was pretty deadly. Losing another two Vans. Yeah, I mean definitely taking attrition, and this guy is now heroically quick. So he gets, yeah. Where is it? Combat speed, 39 combat speed. It's pretty fast. So I took this province from Pythium, or rather, I mean, I figured Pythium would simply move over and take this province with their presumably invisible army that it just I just couldn't see it because the scouting report was bad. But no, the army really did just disappear. So I have to assume he threw it into either these lion trap that were here or the forest trolls, and he lost that battle, unfortunately for him. And I'm just going to aggressively expand over here to this territory because I can see clearly that it's basically free. So trying to create a sort of net around Pythium so he has nowhere to expand to, leaving me to freely take the provinces over here, for example. Or maybe over here. I have access to this throne. It's just sort of a nice bit of maneuverability around this lake that I can abuse that Pythium can't really do anything to stop me about. Here are Amazons. The Jade Amazonian women are good. They have the I believe it's a water one, nature one mage. Anyway, definitely nice for me having no access to either of those paths. I figure, yeah, this is super good. I want to take this as soon as possible. I've encountered another political rival, the Frogs. I don't think I knew where they were coming from, but anyway, this army being here actually kind of fine. I believe I signed an NAP with them immediately, and I'm going down here to 165. I'm not sure I told them that. I guess I imagined that I could beat this army if we fought in 165. And he has nowhere to expand to, presumably, if he's already taken these two. If not, whatever. He can just go to the the other province and capture it. And over here is Pythium, or not Pythium, Abyssia, more of Abyssia's land. And I wasn't really super interested in bumping into a Abyssian army that could be hiding out here in 167, so I just decided, I'll go over here and take 191 and maybe 190 or 193 because there's an arena here for 25 gold, which is nice. Is there anything in these? Let's hear. Nothing here. Just a scout, which is nice. And there's a wolf tribe shaman, but I already have a pretty good source of nature mages now. I'm building a palisade up here because initially I was thinking, oh, it's Deer Tribe. This is where I'll get my nature mages from. So started building a palisade there this turn. And of course, this is also the turn I learned about the Amazons. So, oh well, it can't be helped. Sending out Hruger with 6 fans that I recruited in my capital. We're going to have our first Dwarven Smith next turn, which I'm looking forward to. And again, just continuing to pump out nothing but vans. Expansion is looking pretty good. I was able to successfully take 4 provinces this turn. I'm not trying to go for this province because I did not believe I could take it with 2 vans and 1 Van Heers, because Wolf Tribe are pretty strong. They're kind of scary. If I can find their battle, Wolf Tribe Warriors, so you can see they use 2 daggers, so their attack density is pretty great. They're very squishy, poor defense skill, poor protection, very easy to kill them en masse, but they can also output a lot of damage. But it's not merely just the damage, it's the amount of attacks they can output, so it becomes more likely that the mirror image effect of the elves, the thing that is really giving them a lot of extra protection, is going to be destroyed because there's simply too many attacks coming in, that the fake image, the fake mirror image of the elf will be annihilated. So I wasn't confident that I could actually successfully take this island, and instead I decided to move over here because I want to take this eventually, 252. And it has no land connection at all, so the only way I'm going to find out what's there is if I physically go there. And Pythium can't take it from me, so I'm not really worried about it. And I was already feeling pretty dang good about my expansion at this point. I mean, it's turn 8, and I have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 provinces. So presumably if I take these 3, I'll be at 16. I believe the average was 15, or at least, with how many provinces are on this map and the amount of players, it should be like 15 provinces, so I'll already be ahead of the curve on turn 9. It'll be another 3 turns to gain provinces. I felt super good about my expansion at this point. I thought, like, yeah, I'm doing great. Oh, and this one too, I actually forgot I'm going to be trying to take this mire of mystery as well. So I didn't really care that, okay, I'm sending these guys on a recon mission. It delays the expansion. I didn't really feel confident sending them anywhere. If I had to look back at this, I think it's relatively the correct choice because there's just not a lot of places for them to go. Mictlan moved a big army here, which I thought was kind of scary. But, I figured, I did just sign an NAP with him. Would he really break it that early? If he was going to do this maneuver, I guess I would be kind of confused as to why he would even sign an NAP in the first place. But also, year 1 wars seem kind of dangerous, especially against a nation like Vanheim, which has so much of its power really front-loaded with these units. Where Vanheim's going to fall off the longer the game goes because they just can't keep up in research with other, as much as like human nations can, such as Mictlan or Pythium. They get a lot of power with these sacreds that they can just mass out really early. So even if Mictlan tried to fight me, I wouldn't be super worried about it. I mean, Mictlan is kind of troublesome. Their early blood summons can be pretty deadly, and clearly he has flying units. the Eagle Warriors, so my sailing isn't going to be as impressive as I would have thought if he went to war with me. But at the same time, I was not seriously worried about him taking this province. I was giving it maybe a 20% chance that it was going to happen. Since there's no units here on the Abyssian border, I also was not really worried about it, because I figured that Mictlan and Abyssia probably had some contact. It's likely that Abyssia owns this province, and considering Mictlan's forces over here, Mictlan is probably in this area. That's what I would thought initially. So it's likely he could be down here. Anyway, all that to say, I imagine it's likely that the two of them have contact. Or Mictlan has sent his scouts over here in this direction. So I thought if Mictlan was going to go to war with me, he probably would ask Abyssia to help him out, because Abyssia, early game, against Vanheim, I think couldn't do a lot of work. Abyssia's state troops are pretty good early on in the game. What am I looking for? Here we go. Yeah, I wanted to look at these guys. Like, these lava warriors hit super hard. They're very hard to kill. Vans can't kill these things in one hit. Because their protection's really high, they have higher than normal HP. So when they hit them, they're going to be berserking +3, and their attack skill's going to be pretty dang good. And if Abyssia took like even a moderate bless, it's going to make these guys very strong. Firepower also, kind of makes aggressive actions against Abyssia difficult. And, I mean, the rest of the troops aren't even bad, like this tower shield. Granted, you're not super likely to miss a hit on an Abyssian infantry, but if you do, you're probably not going to hurt them at all, because you have to slam through the protection of the shield on top of the plate that the guy's wearing. Like, you combine the values together. It just, it's not a... It's of course not like an insurmountable war for Vanheim. It's not a one-sided stomp or anything. But I just figured, Abyssia, they've definitely got some tools that they can use. Also assassins too. That's always something to be considerate of. Pythium I was not worried about. I was not concerned about Pythium attacking me. I figured if they did attack me, I would blow them out. Honestly, I was looking for an excuse to attack them. And that's really why I'm building scouts in this province, and I'm sending them into Pythium, and I'm not sending them into Mictlan. I could have sent this guy over here to 258, but I figured I want to know what Pythium's doing, because I want to destroy them. I want to take their capital and get their astral gems that they produce, their astral pearls. That's what I was more interested in. What do they actually make? Yeah, 5 astral pearls. I mean, this is this is pretty nice. So anyway, that was my thinking. I don't really have anything else to add currently. I don't think I know where any other players are at this moment. If I look at the mercenaries, I was unable to get the shipwreckers. Naba was able to hire them, which is unfortunate. But looking around, there's not a huge amount of water on this map. I think there's like 13 water provinces, something like that. Definitely not enough for even one water nation to be viable when you consider how spread apart the bodies of water are from each other. But it does kind of make me think that Naba has to be near a water province, because otherwise, like, why would you hire the shipwreckers instead of one of the other numerous, also effective mercenary companies that could have been hired? So I would imagine they'd be down here, if only because it's thematic. But I mean, there's still plenty of open sea. Maybe down here. Anyway, our income's looking good. Research still jack nothing. But I'm not really playing a research game currently. I'm trying to. My year one strategic goals were just create a massive lead and use that to overpower some early opponents. I was not thinking that I could win this game if it went really late, because I believe that there are nations in this game that are just better than Vanheim is at turn 70, at turn 90, whatever. Nabah, definitely one of those nations, without a doubt. Much stronger research capabilities, and will definitely outpace Vanheim the longer the game goes on the research front. So that was my strategic consideration with my bless and also my current movements on the board. Anyway, that's all for this episode. Thank you for watching.